Good evening and welcome, everybody. This is the DFG, Dr. Feelgood, the man with the golden voice, the lady's choice, and of course, smooth as a Rolls Royce. Coming to you live from the 571, where I get things done and I'm having fun. Tonight's show is going to be a little bit different tonight, and I am going to talk, I'll bring it up in a second. Just give me a second and I'll have it up. And I hope everybody's doing well tonight. Me, I'm just getting over had like a PTSD issue this weekend. Got around a lot of folks and was not doing well. But, sometimes in order to get over something, you gotta get past it. So let's look at this and see if I can get this down. And today's show is about authority, transparency, responsibility, and accountability. Speaking to the Black community, why do we have a hard time with this? It seems that way. No matter what we do, no matter what we try, there's always somebody who's going to not do what they need to do and to be not where they need to be and to not be the best they can be. As far as me, I've had my struggles with some of this stuff. Sometimes I don't take responsibility for what I do. I don't take any accountability for what I do. Sometimes I don't, I'm not transparent. And of course, I always try to exercise authority when authority is needed. So tonight, this is going to be a call-in show, and I'm going to put the I'm going to put the stuff in the box. We'll put the stuff in the box to see if anybody wants to come on tonight. Because I don't feel I should monopolize all the time. Hey, I want to get some back and forth here. And the invite link will be in the box in a second. Just give me a second here. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Come on and join me. I ask that you keep it classy, be on, be all you can be, um, handle your business, and just do the best you can. Um, Let me go back to this. Okay, so what is authority? Let's start with that first. Authority is two definitions. It's the power to give orders, make decisions, and enforce obedience. That's kind of the overpowering, authoritarianism is something that comes out of that. And a person in an organization having power to control in a particularly typically political administrative sphere. That's where authority comes from. But authority is somebody entrusted to do the things that need to be done. And it's not for the light of heart. A lot of people want authority, but they don't want the other parts. The decision maker, the shot caller, the person whose name is on the line, the person who's on the line, and who's there to make those decisions. And one of the sayings is, you know, you got to pay the cost to be the boss. Now, what exactly does that mean? That means exactly what I said. You got to pay. There's a cost that's incurred in being the boss. Are you willing to pay it? That's that's the key. Are you willing to pay that price? Before we start, where's everybody from? I do take super chats. in the lower box. You can also subscribe to my channel. You get a little bit more than what you get here. Just looking at what's going on is where you shout out where you're from, age, name, where you're from. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. But back to authority. There's a difference between being in charge and being a leader. Now, what do I mean by that? Being in charge, that means you are given authority to make certain decisions, but that does not always make you a leader. A leader leads by influencing others to get to do what they want. We got Miss Nikki J from Atlanta. Thank you. Shout out, shout out. A leader leads by from the front. They don't skip stuff. They don't so that's a lot of times we're looking at what we're doing, and some people can't lead because they don't know how. I've always been placed in positions of leadership. Most of the time I was successful, sometimes I wasn't. But the object is to get people to do what they might not necessarily want to do, but they understand and trust in you enough to lead. A person in charge just makes decisions and doesn't consider everything that can go with those decisions, such as cutting taxes for the rich. I'm not going to go there too far, but everybody wants to be the. I know y'all saw. If you're old enough, I'm dating myself. The movie Leon Me with Robert Guillaume and Morgan Freeman, and Robert Guillaume's character was Dr. Napier, the superintendent of Paterson, New Jersey, and Morgan Freeman, of course, played Joe Clark. And he said to the people, he told them, contrary to your belief, I am the HNIC. Now, if you know, you know, but I'll just say the clean version, the head person in charge. That's basically what it is. And what you're in charge of is everything that goes with it. Everything that goes with it. Um, you know, you gotta be able to make the tough choices. You gotta be able to do the things that we have to do to get things done. A lot of times, especially in dynamics, family dynamics, work dynamics, you have a person that's in charge, but they're afraid to make a decision. When you have the authority, you have to do it under that authority. Hey, but you shouldn't abuse authority just because you're placed as the boss or a responsible one doesn't mean that you have to abuse it. That you get everybody's an underling. A boss pushes, a leader leads. So you get in their way, you get out their way, and you get to do what they say, and they'll convince you that you can do things. You have to have things about being a leader that stand out amongst other things. And I'm going to bring up a picture. I'm going to bring up a picture, and this all of this cuts in. All of this cuts in to what we're talking about tonight, because we always talk about in our communities, we don't have leaders, we have opportunists. What do I mean by that? We have people that'll gladly be in charge, but they don't want the stuff that goes with it except for the accolades. The Bible says, Jesus said the leader is the servant of them all. So if you really think about it, that's deep. Jesus was given the authority by the Father to do his will on earth. Instead of him using it as a baseball bat and wielding his father's authority recklessly, he chose to serve the people, even though he knew what was going to happen before it happened. So he had the authority, but he reserved the authority. When he did his miracle, when he